Loyen this split. Also note that he has the most uniques on the team of this new Rare Atom lineup. So for Loyen, flexing his stuff again as we get a Graves. Lyric, I see active here. There's a lot of attention towards mid, and you did talk about how we could see that onto Fofo as Weiwei actually jumps on in. Dark Passage taken. There's the Death Sentence, but it might be for Weiwei, who flashes away. Loyen over the wall and right on the blast cone. The Ignite down. He survives, but the Shockwave brings only one back in. Level 6 already for Fofo. Teaches iBoy a bit of a lesson. The focus of RA now in a bit of trouble, but Fofo flashing forward. Does he have enough damage with the command?
Going for that reset timing in topside, so RA going to be playing on the strength of their bot lane and go for this drag. Instead opting in to double down on this advantage that Doggo and Chris have already found. Weiwei.
Cataclysm hits two people. Yuyanja doesn't have the ulti, and iBoy up the creek without a paddle. First blood over to the Aphelios, and Doggo gets another.
Breathe, showing respect, backing off that topside turret. Sure, RA are still going to be able to get something, but you're minimizing it right now. And, you know, turning back to the side of BLG and not focusing. Ooh, okay, Rocket
already being used, and that's a Turbo Chem Tank on top of the Poppy now as well. Shockwave brings it back in. Weiwei goes for the dunk down. It's a smite battle for now for Chris. Thinking he was going to get Strive there on the return. The flag and drag back in. Weiwei's not done. And he's not really dying either at half HP with Ignite. I might be wrong, but the flash play from Chris. Gorgeous. Over the wall, Loyen joins the fight once again, but Doggo's here to bark at him. And for BLG, it's as easy as that. Yuyanja, welcome back to the Rift. That's a 3-kill Aphelios. He runs for his life. And with no Gale Force necessary, or maybe managed, Doggo goes to the snipe, but blocked by a minion. Lyric, RA on the defensive through this mid lane.
And this is why you pick the Jarvan, right? Weiwei utilizing the pick to a T, forcing out these summoners on key members. They are going to be able to take this turret, for sure. And like, oh, hey, look, they're clearing out waves. And like suddenly everything on your screen is a fight as Chris lands a Death Sentence.
Okay, well, I can see this one. The flash in from Loyen. Great response. Cube gets out the flag and drag from Weiwei to bring it back to Super Mega Deathstroke in the back line. Cataclysm buys time, but Weiwei's out of there immediately. Doggo gets the trade, but Strive with the package on the back line, lines down Fofo, who dodges away. His counterpart is going to get through it as well. Doggo with the double. RA still literally have the gold lead.
I mean, Cube has just been, you know, off getting free gold while Breathe has not been picking up anything. We're going to see here, the Death Sentence does connect. Loyen and Cube, though, able to turn on. Cube just has so much damage right now. They do keep going, though. Weiwei zoning off members one side does allow them to pick up Yuyanja. And then Strive, getting a little bit ahead of yourself, buddy. Flag and drag comes out. It is a 1-for-1 trade, but at the end of the day, 5-0 Doggo.
Starting to really ramp up the fighting. Chris is setting the Dark Passage for Doggo to get away from Yuyanja. RA on the right wing. Cube now isolated here with 3 members. Doggo only goes forward. What a good boy. Lyric, BLG have 5 people versus 3. Look, the Jinx is mid. iBoy not joining, but Chris dies. Super Mega Deathstroke hits a full health member, so Breathe doesn't care. Onto Yuyanja right in front of the Baron. BLG are using poke, but still losing. Strive is abusing the corky here, Lyric. And a 2-item mid laner doing a lot of work with RA trading up with numbers down. Importantly, Strive is 2-1 in this mid laner, so I feel like we are getting into a very strong mid lane mid-game Strive where
Chris on the opposite side.
Oh my god. Strive's poke damage huge onto Weiwei. He's gonna dodge, smites down. BLG survived now, and Yuyanja interrupted. Death Sentence, no connecting. But onto iBoy again. Weiwei's gonna be the target. You can see that RA alone.
RA are gonna be able to get Dragon. BLG, just try and cement your gold lead even further. It's only going to be 2 dragons and 2. You're going to have time to fight for more. And if you can start getting item advantages over the side of RA, that will go your way. They're going to play out their 2 lanes with Breathe pushing up in that top side. But Breathe might need to go answer Cube on the opposite side. Cube is getting so much work done.
Need to, I think as well, even in the mid lane, Lyric, RA have themselves a corporate package, which has unfortunately expired once again. I've seen it a couple of times in this game not have much value, but it's all about timing here, guys. Expires, this time not used again. Breathe is doing his own lane management though, with Fofo
on the opposite side of the map, so
yeah.
BLG should feel comfortable at least taking this turret. They are going to send Fofo, it looks like, to go answer, who does have
BLG in place. They move in River, Lyric. And Weiwei the first there, so RA back away while Cube is done with his wave.
I want to highlight the fact
perfect guns for Doggo, but he's about to run out of crescendo. Baron's starting to go down, the fight begins. Into the back line, it's Weiwei with the jump in onto Loyen. He takes a bit of damage, he spikes down early. In fact, that was Loyen who looked like he healed up. Or maybe both. Doggo forward though. Doggo's ulti forward! Oh my god, Doggo! Oh, RA are gone! And BLG! That's a spicy way to start or end off game one.
We were joking about if Doggo would make the same play we saw in the last series and make it work, and he does. He gale forces forward, finds the moonlight.
Comes through. BLG's 80 carry set in prime position here in this game, and RA now threatened by this full build of Aphelios with 320 CS, 9 kills, a massive bounty, and an inhibitor now breaking down. BLG with the first big gold lead in this game. Lyric, TP's going to come through. I think we're going to do this again, try and get the most out of the Baron for BLG.
We're going to see Strive is able to put out a massive amount of damage with those rockets. Luckily, everyone on BLG sidestepping the big one. Now I need to be careful. If Chris can find a hook, this could lead to an end.
Cataclysm comes through as well. The shockwave brings Yuyanja back in, deleted by the top laner in a matter of moments. It's Breathe in and Doggo once again. Look at this. The range comes through. He may die in the end, but it is only one member left standing, and Cube on this Graves matters not. BLG bring their 80 carry out of GA. He's 11-0 and 3, and they find the dog they were looking for.
BLG, I think that can keep BLG at bay. So Braum, Alistar, I think Braum is a bit nicer to go with what they have. You're going to have Akali, Jarvan, Nautilus all jumping in at you. So, yeah, I'm not sure what happened, right? Because you can see Cube's pathing back to lane now, but Cube used his TP not too long ago. So Cube busting out just a little bit. Gold does stay in favor of RA because of that. We got to assume.
Hang on.
Good Herald play should be able to equalize that.
Ultimate in the top side. Everyone with a perfect execution at the ready. Breeze goes in on top of Cube. The ignites there. The 5-point strike. And it's first blood. Solo a bolo. Loyen comes in for the trade, but
I mean, that wasn't even close. Yeah. Even with the one missed ulti, maybe it could have meant enough healing reduction. Index too heavily into MR on the opposite side very early on, but Breeze's getting punished.
Yeah, he is. Level 11 goes in for the perfect execution underneath turret, jumps back in, gets one! Again! About to bring us to the reality that Cube got the same thing done to him again as iBoy gets depth charge, the flash immediately, the shockwave back. iBoy did not flash or heal himself, but now with the TP play, the Chaos Storm, this bruised up. A flash over the wall, but Yuyanja there, dodging away from the Widow's Bite. Fofo with fancy feed. The ultimate from Yuyanja gives Strive an open opportunity.
Our aim game one was that they were never giving over anything for free, just about. They were always finding kills, they were always finding vision or camp somewhere else on the map.
Gwen feels like a play that RA can really abuse.
Surprisingly, no. Because with how far behind Cube has fallen, breaking open the map and having these longer lanes, if Gwen would lane into Akali, which I doubt is going to happen, they're probably going to avoid each other, would just benefit Breathe through finding the solo kills. Speaking of kills,
in a 1v2, he didn't want to get caught out here. Waited for Weiwei. Breathe is just dead immediately. That's Loyan's burst as the Jarvan with the Cataclysm, but Yuyan just helping out the depth charge in the back line. Strive flashes away. He's built space, and Weiwei actually surviving, and here's Doggo once again. Don't make me do it, guys. He's going to get stuck on top of these objectives so early on. It feels like this game have a lot more control, have a lot more to play with, ruin everything. That's what Fofo's trying to do right now as Dragon starts off. For RA, they're zoning Breed. iBoy and Yuyanja doing this solo, but every time that happens, BLG going back to the Dragon, now trying to 50-50 it down, but Loyen nearby at 1k, going back in, but it's secured by Doggo on the back end. Breed already in, trying to find iBoy. Cataclysm layers them down as well. Doggo's ulti is blocked by a gold.
Boy him now, so I don't know if he started building that before it came on the rip, but yeah, that argument's been hashed out 100,000 times, so I'm not going to hash out that argument as we see RA will be able to get a turret.
Thought Loyen was going to do the old-fashioned, the gank setup that we've seen constantly throughout this game, hovering around Cube in this second game.
They still are looking for a turn, but look, Crisp is on a ward. RA know exactly what they're doing. Even the control ward over the wall now.
It's gone. Doggo gets it, just like the other objective. Comes out in the hole where I am anyway. Chris ready for the dredge line in this game. We still haven't seen a kill for quite a while, but it's soul time once again. Cube caught out the flag and dragon in the backline while Breed is dealing with him. This Gwen perfectly executed. Doesn't get a chance to heal it up. Dragon not started, but Weiwei is low. And this jungler know if he smites early here, Lyric. He doesn't have it available, but RA are losing their mid laner. Well,
yeah, Breathes TP is looking to come in. Super Mega Death Rocket completely whiffs.
Look at Fofo. On the wing, Yu Yanjia puts up the door, but the Shockwave, no! Only gets Luoyan's Knight's Vow. And as he backs away, I know that's called Edge of Night, not Knight's Vow, ladies and gentlemen, but Soul denied again, despite a couple of whiffs. BLG hang on, they even with the Baron buff. Pick up the...
Then they make one really decisive decision, and bam, they find the lead in the game necessary to be able to continue the fight. And then, again, it sets up for Doggo and Fofo as well. But Chris...
Might have to put the door down. Once again, the ultimate there. The Glacial Fisher, not going to be laid down until now, but he's out. Doggo sends the ulti down the path. Way the next target, but he has the GA as Chris flashes forward. Wants this to end. The Shockwave catching the jungler. Chris going golden, but Doggo ready with the shurikens once again. And look at this with Cube on the backline. Doggo runs into his circle. He goes golden and Cube now at half HP, but Strive's there. Doggo flashes away, still alive. This man is wild again. We howl for the new 80 carry for BLG, Lyric, as they look to end it all here.
Yeah, they're going to go for the push, and I think they have it. Only 3 members on the side of RA Live. No ultimates either.
I want to watch Fireboy here because the Strive rolls in as well. One Nexus turret already going down. The Shockwave not up and available. 15 seconds is Way. Cataclysm's in. Breathe sent off. BLG don't have the health bars nor the jungler anymore. I'm watching for Fofo though because in 5 seconds he should have that Shockwave available. A little bit low. Crisp on the angle for a hook. That dredge line has been deadly. And his depth charge to pick someone else out as well. Yu Yanjia on the wing, only level 11 here. And he's actually been caught by Breathe. It's not a solo kill.
So RA are going to have Soul.
But they're going to go back to the base. Lyric, the ping's going through mid and okay, maybe not as hypey as I thought. Soul given over. BLG get the Baron for it. And you know, when you're this far behind, that kind of feels okay.
Yeah, you're in a game where you should be losing everything and you just got a Soul, right? I mean, realistically, BLG could have been the ones to just push them off of mid, walk to Dragon Pit, you take Dragon Pit, it's like, sure, you don't gain Baron, but you also didn't
flip over the wall. The Mountain Soul going to block a lot of the damage we're talking about here. Way jumping in again. The depth charge in the back line. BLG want to end here. Cataclysm for Way as he goes into GA. Kind of secures it, but Breathe into the back line. The Akali's doing work, and Doggo from the other end. It's beautiful from BLG. They sacrifice jungler support. But everyone's still there. And no shuriken flip follow up here, Lyric, but with the Baron buff and the Nexus turret standing, BLG want to make it a clean 2-0. It's been about Doggo here today. It's been about BLG remaining undefeated as they 2-0 the Rare Atom.
Hello everyone, welcome to interview, and now we have invited Fofo from BLG to join us. So congratulations on this 2-0 victory, and my very first question is about your champion choice, because in today's best of 3, you pick Orianna, this champion again, and also pick her twice in a row. So tell us more about what's your thoughts towards traditional mage champions represented by Orianna in the current meta. 那首先恭喜 Fofo 2-0拿下了比赛的胜利。第一个问题也想问一下 Fofo 的一个中路英雄选择，在今天的比赛中你也是再次拿出发条，而且是连拿2局，所以说你怎么看待在当前版本以发条为代表的这些传统法师的一个表现呢？
我觉得法师的表现就是能够配合团队去选出适合的嘛，像维克托发条就是比较辅助类型的，然后对面如果没有位移的话，就压力会特别大嘛，所以就一直拿出来这样。
So I really feel in the current meta, the champions, mage champions can really be picked so well, depends on the different situations. I think for the champions, including Victor and also Orianna, if the opponent's team, they don't have some dash skills, or the champions didn't have a very high mobility skills, I feel like those champions can be a very good choice to restrain their performance in the actual games, in the actual team fights. So that's a reason for me to just keep choosing this kind of champions in the actual games. Yeah, and Orianna really performed so good in today's best of 3. And my next question goes into game 1, because in game 1 we feel like BLG were able to get some leads in the mid game, but you just gave 2 drakes in the mid game to the opponent's team to let the opponent's team just one step away from that Dragon Soul. So I'm very curious about the team's communication after that, and how did you guys to handle with the falling situation? 那其实说到第一局比赛，我们感觉好像前中期 BLG 是有拿到一些优势的，但是你们是在中期是连续放给了对面2条小龙，让对面处于一个听牌龙的一个阶段。所以说能问一下，可能你们当时在后续的一个沟通是怎么样的，同时怎么处理当时的情况？
就当时就感觉我们打团就没有特别好赢嘛，然后那个时候就去多吃点线，然后多推点塔这种，就换经济。反正我觉得我们在最后一条小龙肯定是能赢得团战的，所以就这样子决定了。
So I really feel like in the mate game, it's very hard for us to win the team fights based on our compositions. So because of that, we would like to just push the lanes to try to get more towers, to try to get some leads in the mate game. And we feel like although the opponent's team, they got 3 drakes, but for the last drake, we will win the team fight. We will win that team fight. So we have enough confidence about that team fight. So that's a reason for us to maybe just give some drakes to the opponent's team in the mate game. Yeah, it's a very smart decision, definitely. And in terms of game 2, you guys were able to find a perfect timing to rush at Baron, and I feel like this is a very crucial turning point for the whole game. So tell us more about the details about that point. 那其实说到第2局的话，感觉你们 rush 大龙那一波是一个非常非常重要而且很聪明的一个决策。所以说，能问一下当时是怎么样的一个情况，能让你们做出一个很好的决定，去直接把那条大龙给无伤的 rush 掉了？
当时的话是因为他们要吃第4条小龙了嘛，然后我们的大龙是也做好了，然后 AD 的枪还可以，然后我就说要开嘛，然后他们还在想，我就先打大龙了，反正先打再说，就强迫打野拼惩戒这样子就。
So at that time, the opponent's team would like to target on the 4 streaks from them, and we have some enough vision around the Baron pit, and also our AD players. He really have a very good weapon at that time. So I just forced my teammates to just start rushing that Baron to force the jungler to use the smite. So some other teammates, they would like to say maybe it's a bit too rushed, but I just make that decision and try to rush the Baron at that time. So, and my last question is about next game, because now BLG is on a 3 winning streak. You guys really have a very good momentum. But next game you're going to face against RNG. So do you have enough confidence about the next best of 3? 那其实你们现在来到了3连胜，而且状态也非常非常的火热。下一场比赛你们要面对 RNG 嘛，所以说也问一下 FOFO 选手有没有信心也也是在下一场比赛之中获得胜利呢？
我觉得如果能保持今天这种就是团队配合特别好的状态的话，是能够拿下的。但是对面的状态也特别好吧，就是不能掉以轻心，得全力以赴这样。
I really think if we can maintain a very good momentum, a very good synergy, a good communication like before, maybe we have enough confidence to get the win against RNG. But definitely RNG is also on a very high note. So we're going to try our best in the next best of 3s. And definitely we are looking forward to that. And congratulations again. 那再次恭喜你们，也新年快乐。
谢谢，新年快乐。
And back to you guys. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Wendy, and thank you to Fofo as well. Good to hear out of the man who, was a big changeover from Rare Adam against his old team, of course, Lyric, and now on BLG with a very resounding win. I think importantly enough, talking about momentum coming into this last series of the split before Chinese New Year, I should say. BLG versus RNG, a big one to look at. I've been told Breathe gets MVP. You called it. Very well said, and Lyric, I think this Akali bounce back in a big way. 35% damage on a top lane Akali. Pretty decent.
Yeah, we didn't even get to see how he turned the lane from early on, right? There was a point where he was behind like 10 CS, and then suddenly he was up like 10 CS. Started finding those solo kills after that moment like we did see here. Just really nice outplay, getting behind him again, dodging out on the Q from Q. Wasn't even fully stacked up though, so I think Breathe just probably would have won regardless. He just kept this momentum going forward when he got ganked in that scenario, was able to turn one around again. And then in team fights we talked about, it was all about the combo of him and Weiwei finding their way onto certain targets or him buying space in the backline. Yep. And he just did that time and time again. Great to see Breathe still having pop-off moments in team fights like this. And again, even